Justin. Okay. Well, I've gone right back to the end. Okay. I'll go through your slides, Justin. That's okay. Don't worry.
Hi, I'm Poppin' Fresh, the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Once upon a time, TV advertising was one spot, one message.
Tastes good as fresh pert.
One creative.
Parker's new jam tastes better than mine.
One audience.
The lady loves milk tray.
Imagine if your TV advertising creative had the power to make people feel things, engaging left and right-hand brain, directly impacting long and short-term purchase behavior, market share, and brand recognition. Reaching different households with different versions of your story based on what we know about them. Different audiences, different need states, different messages with addressable creative. Delivering relevant broadcast quality advertising across all devices, showcasing your brand on the biggest screen in the house, capitalizing on the highest levels of attention via the most trusted medium, making viewers laugh or moving them to tears, building emotional connections through shared viewing. And in an era of content saturation, we're enabling brands to stand out by uniting media and addressable creative at scale, eliciting a stronger emotional response from an audience created just for you, delivering powerful storytelling. Our ambition is that by 2026, every impression we serve will be fully addressable across the media placement and creative landscape, delivering unmatched outcomes for brands and advertisers. We are reimagining TV advertising.
So, yes, thank you for the intro, Justin. As he said, my name's Nicola Lewis, the Global Chief Solutions Officer at GroupM Nexus, and I'm really, really pleased to be here opening day 2 of the Future of TV global event, and specifically to be talking about effectiveness within television. I certainly think that it's a topic we're going to hear a lot more about over the next 12, 24 months as we continue to prove out the value and effectiveness of TV. This time last year, I stood on the stage and I spoke about TV's great sort of creative awakening, and that was through the power of creativity. And so to be here to kind of build on that this year is a real thrill. But it's been really, really necessary over the last 12 months to start to put strategies in place that allow us to really prove out that effectiveness across attention, across audience insights, and great creative. And so today, and over the next sort of 16 minutes, I'm going to talk about the relationship between attention, addressability, and emotion in order to captivate audiences through innovation. I always like to start a session by just pausing and kind of celebrating the scale of the industry that we're in. And this is a global value of addressable TV forecast by GroupM by 2025 of $45 billion. Now that's huge. But what that shows is that TV is super effective, it's great, it's alive, it's powerful, and the experience for the user continues to get better and better almost on a daily basis. But again, we've got to keep working hard. This number isn't just going to happen. We need to continue, as I said, to prove out the value and the effectiveness of TV in the total landscape. So in 2022, we heard from Karen Nelson-Field, Rob Britton, and Orlando Wood about the triple jeopardy of attention, and that was in Cannes in 2022. And really, since that point at GroupM Nexus, we've been purposefully pursuing attention and what it means within specifically the connected television space. In 2023, again at Cannes, the same three brilliant minds came together and really proposed this notion of the triple opportunity of attention for advertisers, and specifically how advertisers can use attention to create what they termed in really lovely basic language, I think, very large business impact. And what that was to say that actually the creative matters and the level of attention and emotion garnered through the creative matters. The platform matters as well, a high impact, attentive platform, and that combination and the impact on share of voice. What we've also learned working through with the likes of Karen Nelson Field and Amplified Intelligence over the past few years, again, is that importance of the platform. We know that the platform is the biggest garner of attention, and that is supersedes insights, audience, brand, and creative. We know within that TV as a platform gets the most attention from an ad perspective. And that is both because it's a high attention medium naturally, but also because of the creative canvas upon which we have to play, which is a fantastic thing. We also know off the back of that within that CTV or CTV within the TV family is the platform that garners, again, the most attention. And then actually the audience relevancy matters and impacts creative. So what we've wanted to do is kind of take those elements and then understand what is the impact of creative and how do we drive creative message optimization forward? And what is the creative effect on television if we combine the three? So in March this year, in partnership with System 1, who honestly have been an amazing partner to work with, we undertook a research piece to really understand the effect of creative. We tested 46 addressable TV ads from a number of segments and industries, so there was a really nice spread across the sectors. 13,000 people from broad addressable audiences, and importantly, in multiple markets. So obviously within the UK, the US, Canada, and Australia. The results of the research were actually really, really impressive. And what we were able to see is that there's a stronger creative effect on both brand and sales activation. Importantly, we were able to identify 3 ingredients or metrics that would allow us to create a framework for pre-campaign enhancement, mid- and post-campaign optimization. Broadly speaking, they are the ones on the screen behind me. So the first was a star rating. So that stronger, longer lasting effect of effectiveness. A spike rating, a stronger impact on short-term effect, short-term sales. And then a fluency rating, which was a stronger emotional intensity towards the brand and a recognition of the brand almost immediately and ideally as quickly as possible. You can see the numbers up there are significant, from a 25 improvement in long-term effectiveness to a 6% improvement on short-term effectiveness, uplift in sales, up to 11% improvement in emotional intensity. So we knew that we had these 3 metrics that we could look at from a pre-campaign enhancement perspective, which was the star rating, A, spike, B, fluency, C. What we then wanted to do was to test this against creative, obviously the next logical and important step. And so we worked with Jet2 to optimize a 30-second TVC against 3 audiences. I'm not going to take you through all 3 audiences because I promise you by the end of this presentation, you will not get this song out of your head and you'll be humming it all day and you'll blame me for it. So I'm going to take you through just the one version, which is the young couples version. As you can see on screen here to my previous slide, we exposed the ad to 2 audiences. A broad national audience, and then we drilled that down to a younger couples sample, which was around 16 to 34-year-olds. We've got our star rating, which pertains to that long-term effectiveness, and then we have, our star rating, yes, long-term effectiveness, and our spike rating, which was that impact on short-term effectiveness, short-term business impact. In terms of the ratings themselves, we've got a scale of 0 to 5 on the star rating, and then in spike rating, it's based on an index. And so I'm going to play the ad, and you can see the impact of us drilling that down into a young couples audience. On this slide here, you can see that the technology that we used with System 1 was based on eye tracking and face tracking. So on the right-hand side, at the top, the face trace is that emotional response to the ad as the ad plays. And the second is the fluency trace, which is essentially looking at how quickly the consumer or the audience recognize the ad.
Protected.
As you can see, it's important that the recognition of the ad comes as quickly as possible, but we use this across those 46 ad versions. What we also were able to get was some qualitative data that we could build on top of this young couples segment or this young couples ad. You can see here on a broad audience level, from a qualitative perspective as well, things that are resonating within the ad is it's sunny, that the 22 kilo of baggage is a good offer, it's free. But what is not resonating, as you can see from the key on the left-hand side, is that there's more thin people pretending within that ad. That wasn't resonating with that broad audience. If we look then at a UK national young couples, again, you can see the free baggage, that is continuing to resonate. It's looking awesome. It's making them want to go on a holiday. They're feeling warm, positive, emotional response to the advertising, but they're not there for wanting a holiday and can't go because of the price point, can't afford it. And so if you then take that down to a further level, to a Leeds region, young couple, you can start to see what's really going to have an impact on the ad itself. And that's proximity to Leeds Bradford, that's a great price, it's easy for me to reach, it's reducing the hassle. So it's all of those really meaningful elements in life that are starting to resonate. So when we put that all together, you can see that we actually start to see an ongoing increase, particularly with the regional level, within those star and those spike ratings. And those are on screen here. So significant, when you actually drill that right down using the quantitative and the qualitative, you're actually at the top of the star rating, so that real brand connection, and you've gone up to a 1.78 on an index on a spike rating, so that bigger propensity to want to actually purchase that holiday. So I'll show you this version. Look out for the end 5 seconds, because really that's where the change was. All we looked at was changing M frames, some price cards, and putting in a QR code into the creative.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Book now for this summer from Leeds Bradford Airport and take everything you want with you, with 22 kilograms of baggage included. Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. Aptrinatal protected.
So importantly, this is something that we're taking forward, as I said, in UK, US, Canada, Australia, and in fact in India this year. So really, really positive piece of research. So go back to that 45 billion that I mentioned earlier. So we know that to be able to achieve that, then we need to work on creative effectiveness and proving out the value of effectiveness in television. But a second area we really need to focus on is the role of television within a cross-channel or cross-media approach, and to understand the relative impact of TV against other channels and other mediums. So again, looking to pioneer in terms of research, in 2021, we worked with our team in the Netherlands, who are an incredibly smart bunch, to work with key publishers and vendors to start to try and understand what is an equivalized metric within TV. So we created something called a QGRP, a quality GRP, which was a way to standardize a GRP across multiple channels. what that enabled us to do was to really understand that relative impact factor of TV and its effectiveness within a total mix, channel mix. This is but one example where we can see one CTV impression is actually equal to 14 display impressions. This enabled us to then drive that forward and create what we've termed an impact factor for connected television and the effectiveness of connected television within the total media mix, and particularly within a cross-channel schedule. Again, staying on the theme of how do we look at local research and lift that up at a global level, importantly, take the research and the findings and be able to apply them in a real world with clients and campaigns. And so based off our Finecast audience planner that was built over the past sort of 5 years, we've scaled into Nexus Growth Platform, a software tool that allows us to plug all of those channels through, obviously, all of the plethora of data and insights, and obviously new entrants like an impact factor into the software tool itself, so that we can start to plan on equivalized metrics, buy and optimize campaigns. So it's a real step forward, but again, a great one, I think, for the world of television, because it's that second lever of really proving and driving effectiveness and value in TV alongside creative effectiveness. Of course, again, bringing that sort of, to the greater world. We lifted that up in 2022, late 2022, and started to work with the UK team on how do we create this equivalized reach within television, how do we apply the QGRP into the UK marketplace, and therefore how do we prove out that impact factor and the effectiveness in the broader media mix. We did a great case study with Cancer Research UK, which was looking at a campaign for their Race for Life. I'm going to show you a case study in just 1 second, so I won't steal that case study's thunder, but you can see here that we worked with Cancer Research UK. This is award-winning as well, which we've been super proud of, to look at 1,000+ tailored ads, which resulted in a 40% increase in sign-ups in areas targeted by the Geo Cross-Channel campaign that are impact factor across the Race for Life. And that was across $700,000 in media spend.
Cancer Research UK wanted to make their Race for Life events locally relevant for everyone across the UK. Mediacom drove the process and brought together multiple GroupM solutions. Unmissable is a GroupM Nexus capability that delivered and optimized omni-channel programmatic media to the geographic areas and relevant audiences that mattered the most. Choreograph Create enabled relevant creative content to be delivered across media channels using valuable data on every impression for all 131 races across the UK. Working as one fully integrated team, we were able to deliver gender-relevant creatives only targeting audiences within a 10-mile radius of the race. Dynamic ads signposted info for the nearest Race for Life events across all addressable channels available in each location, including connected TV. Finecast utilized choreographed technology to overcome the complex creative clearance process and provided a single addressable activation point to the CTV ecosystem. Combining talented creative storytelling with AI-driven optimization, we achieved 1,000+ personalized ads, more engagement, uplift in sales, and added media value. These best-in-class capabilities enabled Cancer Research UK to deliver highly personalized messages and dynamic creative at scale.
So again, something we're incredibly proud of. So what does that all mean? Essentially, that gets us to this lovely notion of an effectiveness equation. So combining high attention media, connected television, addressable television specifically, addressable audiences, and higher emotional creative gives us obviously an ability to work with our clients to deliver outsized effectiveness for brands. And this is very much an equation that we're going to continue to be focused on with clients to continue again to prove out the value and the effectiveness of television and ultimately make sure that we get to and exceed that 45 billion number. Thank you.